the incessant strike action that has bedeviled this country can be attributed for a long history, because going by government, they say is a continuum, and if you check in the history since the advent of democracy in 1999, various government has entered into agreement, signed MOU with different labor union and organization, and those MOU, those agreements has never been implemented. Take for instance ASU, their strike, their understanding with Obasanjo regime, Jonathan regime, none of them was implemented to the fullest. So these and so many other reasons influence this incessant action.
If you are talking about issue of, if that is the only device the government understand, strike, why not? But sometimes it is good to go into dialogue. But sometimes when you go into dialogue, it is left for either both of the parties to honor agreement. But in a situation whereby you don't honor agreement, the next step you need to do is to take action. Sometimes if you don't take action, they will not want to listen to you. You understand? The resources, as far as the country is concerned, belongs to you and I. So if it is our right, then it should be given to us.
The government should actually work on paying workers. They should, our leaders should be changed, because all this issue of lifting money and here and there. So our leaders needed to have a change of direction. All this strike all the time, because of course when they are protesting for strike, when labor union comes up to protest for strike, it's not of their own way, because they look at it that they need to favor the workers, people that are working on daily basis. Some of them will come to work because they don't get what their families are there, their children are there. How do they cope? How will they cope? Some of them, due to the stress, they slump down. So our government should really work on this strike issue. They should pay workers as when due.
I will categorize the strike as political. Reason that yearly, or let me say in every regime, you see that all these strike issues come up. Is it because that they were well satisfied with the negotiation that they relaxed and wait till the next regime, or what are the policies they put on ground, what are the policies they agreed on before going down and relax, and the next regime, when next regime come up, they will not come up with this. So it's political. So they will try to see the way each regime can favor the unions. That's why the union, time to time, when the new regime come up, they will come up with their strike issue, so that this regime, they will have their national cake.
Okay, the incessant strike so far we witnessed in the country, the reason is not far-fetched. It's actually the failure of government. But every Nigerian knows that the country is not well run. Every right-thinking Nigerian knows that we should have a Nigeria of fairness, where the lecturers, everybody is treated with respect.
I think it has to do with, in some cases, maybe systemic failure on the part of the government and insincerity on the part of the government sometimes, because some of this strike happens as a result of the government not keeping up to certain agreements or certain arrangement that they had with this union. So that leads to the strike when they are not keeping up to their own end of the agreement. But also I think the union, the various unions that go on this strike should also put the Nigerian people first, because they are there to render service and to serve the Nigerian people. So sometimes they need to be considerate. Sometimes, for example, maybe the medical union going on strike, they should know that they are rendering service to humanity and people's lives are in danger as a result of they going on strike.
Strike is not the best option whenever people are working for the government or even for any organization. But in a situation where people are working and they are not being paid, so the next thing they're supposed to do is to do something that will motivate the government or the organization to respond to their requests.
As a matter of fact, what we need in this country is prayer. I must be honest with you, because the situation right away is that economic situation is the issue of what this country is facing. And what we need right away is prayer, because the president is doing his best.
I don't really know what really has been the problem with the federal government concerning the strike. This is what have been happening for several years ago. I believe 2013, that's who went on strike. 4 years later, the same strike. So for this, the government have to put a listening ear to them to know what really is the problem, because so many students are just waiting to become a graduate in school, but they are just holding them up. Such kind of thing affected me during my own period. 2013, it affected me. 2014, during my graduation period, it affected me.